We will study the and we with this Shanti mantra. Om Apyayantu mamangani Vak pranaschakshu Sotramatha Bala Indriyani cha sarvani Sarvam Brahmopanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryat Mama Brahma Nirakarud Anirakarnamastu Anirakaranam mestu Atmani Nirateya Upanishatsu Dharmaste Mai Santu Te Mai Santu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May my limbs, speech, vital force, eyes, ears, also strength of all the organs become well developed. Everything is the Brahman. May I not deny Brahman. May not Brahman deny me. May neither Brahman nor me deny each other. May all the virtues mentioned in the Upanishad manifest in me, who am trying sincerely to realize Brahman. Friends, we were reading a very interesting portion of the Chandogya Upanishad, where the question was, after death, where people they go. So when the Brahmin, he came and he was asking, saying that I am educated, then the king asked him, do you know where people go after death? Athoba ime grama ishta putte dattamiti upasate. So that he was not knowing. So he said, sorry, I don't know. Now, so it so happened that this Brahmin, after the graduation, after completing the scriptural study, they used to go to the kings and for the job. But kings will also take the interview whether you are knowing all things or not. So they asked and he couldn't answer. He said, no, I don't know. So his father also was not knowing. So he came to his father, back to his father, and both of them perhaps they went to the king to learn it. And when this was this question and answer, it goes on. And the excellent way they are mentioning the human birth is so precious. Why? Because after a long journey, we get this human birth. And when we get this human birth, and if we are not trying to utilize it properly, that is going back to the source of the happiness, source of the eternity, it's a great loss. We do not know what will happen after the death. So in the 5th chapter, 10th section, 2 through 8 verses, all details was given, action and its result. The Hindus, they believe that whatever karma that we do, whatever the action that we take, and it has the opposite reaction too. So those who are doing good karma, they will get the good action, result. Those who are doing bad karma, of course, they will have the bad actions, bad results. And where they will go? The first one will go, after doing good work, they will go to the Devaloka. And second one will go to the Pitriloka. And when they are passing through, their processes are also different. One will go in a lighted way, another in the dark way. That is, up to that they go and in a different position they stay. After that what? Again they come back. And how they come back, that they are asking, how they return again. When this question, first is death, and after that where they go. This is the answer they gave. If you are doing good work, you will go to heaven. If you are not, then you will go to So they call it Devaloka, Pitriloka. And afterwards, second question, how they return again? Now they are giving this answer. Tasmin yavat sampatam ushitva. Tasmin yavat sampatam ushitva, residing in that region till they exhaust their merits. Those who did some work, but with ego, we are not talking about those who are committing sin, cheating others, killing others, robbing others. No, it is not for that. Those who are doing the work without ego, helping others, and some helping others but with ego. So these are the two types of people. First type, who are helping others without ego, with love, they go to the divine place. And others, they will also go another place that's called Pitriloka, because they want this world again. Now, after both of them, after exhausting their good karma phala, till they exhaust their merits and earn by good action, atha yatha itam etad adhanam. Then what happened, as they went after the death, now they come back through the same path, same way. Again from the same way they come. Now the question is, where do they come? Punah nibartante akasham. And when they are passing, when they are dying, they take the form of the air and then they pass. Like when our physical body is dead, then it is the mind that goes. And mind is nothing but the air. So by the air they went, so they are coming back the same way. Atho yatha etam etad adhanam. Again in the same way, punah nibartante akasham. Akasham means the air. So by the air they go. Again they are coming back to the akasha. How? As the air. And very interesting, this is Chandogya Upanishad only giving the answer what happened after death. They say, when you are coming back, why you are coming back? To fulfill your desire. We are having some desires, then obviously we have to fulfill that. Then we are coming down, our mind is coming back. Punah nibartante. After the year, dhuma bhavati, they become smoke. Smoke means they become clouds. When they are in the air, they slowly entered into the smoke or the clouds. And it says, from the clouds, megha bhavati. Megha bhutva pravarshati. And what type of meg? First, very thin white type of cloud. They remain in that. It's a half air and half water. Then they go into the rain-bearing cloud, enter into that and come down with the rain. Megha bhutva pravarshati. And when it is raining, they come down with a drop of rain. Having become the rain cloud, they land on this earth again. Then they are born in this world, entering into the rice, barley, herbs, etc. That means food. So they will enter, these souls, father and the mother, they are thinking that they are giving the birth of a child. No, actually that child has chosen them. That soul has chosen them. And they come, as the rain, and actually sitting inside the water, they come and they enter into that food. They know who is going to eat it. But this is a very complicated condition, and that is why Shankara said, we need the blessings of God. All these things were going on according to our karma phala. The good work, and we go to the heaven, and as long as the good work was there, exhausting that, we are coming back. coming back with what? Again with our desire. And then to fulfill the desire, I have to choose a family where I can fulfill my all desires. So they come and choose that, and accordingly they are coming down. Then they are born in this world as the rice barley. As food, they enter into the human bodies and take birth. Sometimes, by mistake or by accident, that particular food where it was waiting for that particular person to eat is eaten by some birds or animals. Then again he has to wait till the animal birth or the life is over. Again it will come and wait for the human body. So do they exhaust their all work? They are asking. They say no. Only that part of the karma phala with the power of which they went to the higher region. Friends, we are talking about going to heaven. And going to heaven means we have to perform some good work, then only we will go to a good place. Now suppose some of the students, they are very bright students from all over the world, and different examinations they are appearing and becoming successful and coming to America where very good universities are there. So what happened? Among so many, they are chosen because they are bright, because they are successful, and they are coming to a good place. They are happy because they get the opportunity to learn and also to give to let people know what they know. Because the situation is exactly the Swarga, the heaven is like that. Those who are doing some good work and still having the desire to enjoy, very good work they are doing. They are donating, visiting the holy places, reading holy books, helping others without any ego, all these good works. And after that they will go to heaven. Why they will go to heaven? Not mukti, not liberation. Heaven they are going. Why? Because they have the desire. So desire is the main thing. What is that desire? I will come back again, will help people, will do this, do that. Good desires. But desire is there. Though it is a good desire, but as because the desire is there, that mind will come back to fulfill those. So what is the way to become completely free from that? No desire at all, good or bad. No desire at all. So if we can become completely desire-free, then there is a chance to get the liberation. Mukti, moksha, nirvana, different words has been used. That is, all says that it become completely free from ego. And ego actually generates desire. I will do that. I have to do that. I must go there. All that comes because of the ego. So the good work is exhausted, and still the desires are left, so they come back. Tat iha ramaniya charana. Among those who have good karma phala, quickly reach the womb of a pious lady. Those who are having the very good karma phala, they born in that pious family. Others, according to the result of their previous action, take birth in different worlds, different wombs. Atha etayo patha katarena chana tani imani jayasya mriyasya cha iti. Now there are another type of beings that we see, that they are not human beings, but they, even in the human form, they do very heinous type of work. So what will happen to them? They will go back to those lives which are just taking birth and dying. For some few hours only they take birth. In the evening time you will find so many, they are all flying. when you are driving, all your screen shield will be covered with that. Again and again you have to clean that. Who are those like this? They take birth and they die. They take birth and they die. And taking birth and dying is really very painful. So that happen. The two paths, the Deva Marga and Pitri Marga, after the death they come back, and what happened to those who steno, hiranyasya, suram, pibascha, gurasta talpam, abasam, brahmahacha ite patanti chatvara panchamaitai acharanam. It is those who are stealing, and also the dacoits and murderers and characterless people, and also those who are associated with them. All of them, they will suffer in different hells for a long period of time. This type of people, they go not only to the hell, but they remain over there for a long, long period of time. Now here they think that nobody is observing us, nobody can touch us, because we have the influence on the government, we have the influence of the authorities. Some, they think in that way, but it is really, really very difficult. In India, I went to a state where this type of, the strong people, they are there. So there was a lecture was going on, and the political leader, maybe a minister, I've forgotten, he came. He was having his police guards, also his followers. And the followers were also carrying the weapons, arms. And they were sitting in the front line. But one thing, they always respect the sannyasins. By that way, they were offering pranam to me. And in the lecture, I told this. I told, see the karma phala. So there's something, some way it came. I told those who are doing this type of karma, a very bad type of karma, giving pain to others and making their life miserable. Sometimes in the family also, some family members, they behave in such a way that it becomes really, really terrible and very punishable and difficult for others who are living over there. So we know all the stories, but they do not know what is going to happen to them afterwards. It's really terrible life. That is why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, be very careful. Once you have got this human birth, and in a very good family, and also the intellectual brain, don't waste it. And how we will develop that, we are coming to those things. Then steno, hiranyasya, suram, pibascha, and they are insulting the teachers. They are drinking, murdering, and the dacoits, all the bad works that they do, what happened to them? They go to a type of naraka. Naraka is the last base. And there, the hell they say, and there they will be suffering for a long, long period of time. After that, when they come back again, they take the life of serpents, sometimes the reptiles, and this very low type of birth. And there also they will suffer again, for millions of births. After that, again they get the opportunity in a human body. But unfortunately, they forget that. The moment they get the human body, immediately they forget that. And what happens? They suffer again. So this goes on, this suffering. And that's why they say, please be very, very careful. And if it is not, then the suffering is yours. Those who hear, and not only those people directly doing, those who are suffering, supporting, those who are supporting them, associated with this type of people, they will also suffer. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he once said, and when this type of people they used to come inside his room, after they leave, Sri Ramakrishna used to sprinkle the Ganga water on those places, because those places where they stood become unholy because of the tremendous ego and crookedness that is there. The human form, but they are really, really bad souls. Even approaching the living God like Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, they couldn't understand anything. They never wanted to know that. They were very happy. God had to say, that place where you stood has become impure, sprinkle Ganga water. It will be our faith that Ganga water will purify that. So this is a very, very, whether we believe it or not, that is a different thing. But when the scripture, particularly Chandogya Upanishad, which has been accepted by the Shankaracharya as a very high Upanishad, we must be careful about it. And what type of work we do, good and bad, how we do, three different ways, that we forget. Physically, we never do bad work. Mostly the cultured, educated people, we never do bad work physically. But mentally we do. And through words. Bachika. When we are talking with someone, we use such languages and so that they suffer. And we intentionally do that to make that person suffer. Insulting, the way I have become boss, so I have to insult so that I can prove that I am better than you and I am your boss. By that way, slowly they lose all the merits. Why we should discuss this? Because that is our life. In the family life, in the social life, mostly all these things are there. You will notice that in the 16th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he is giving the what are the good things. So only in 3 verses, first, second, third. And then the whole chapter is dedicated to explain who are the bad people, bad gunas, bad qualities. Why? To make us aware, you should not do this. This is a very wrong thing, you should not do it. And this is the way those who, hearing the words of the Guru and the scripture, practice in this life, what they become. In the 5th chapter, 10th section, and the 10th verse, it says, Shuddha Puta Punnaloko Bhavati Ya Evam Veda Ya Evam Veda. Twice it is repeating. We have seen that particularly in the Upanishad and other scriptures, they try to make the sentence as small as possible so that people can remember it. But here we find sometimes they are repeating twice, thrice. Why? Because to get that, we must remember that, we must understand that this is very important. What is that important? Shuddha, very pure, and Puta, very clean and very pure. Punna Sloka, obtain meritorious world. People will be appreciating them. They will be successful everywhere. That's called Punnaloka Bhavati. Ya Evam Veda. One who has understood it, has understood it. Who has understood it, has understood it. Ya Evam Veda, Ya Evam Veda. He who has understood, she who has understood it. What? I have to follow the words of the Guru and the scripture. Who is a Guru? Who is guiding you for a better life. He is the Guru. Any teacher cannot be a Guru. Guru is only he or she who is guiding you to a better life. Now a new story, the Chandogya Upanishad starting. Chapter 5, section 11, it begins with the story of 5 householders who wanted to know about Brahman. It says like this, Prachina Shala Upamannabaha. Who are the 5 householders? They are not Brahmins. And moreover, even they are Brahmin, They are not the munis, they're householders. That's why they mention very clearly the 5 householders. They wanted to know about Brahman, and they are now introducing. You don't think that it's a story. It is an incident that truly happened. So they are giving the identity of those 5. Prachina Shala Upamannavaha. The son of Upamannu, his name was Prachina Shala. Satya Yajna Paulushi. The Palluba was the name of the father, his son Satya Yajna. Indradumno Bhallabeyo. So Bhallabi is the name of the father, his son is Indradumna. Why they are giving the name of the father? To identify. Same name may be many, but the fathers, they are also the great known people. So in those society people, they knew them. So that if you moment you say the name of the father, they will identify, oh, from that family. So that's why they are all the time mentioning the name of the father. This tradition is still there in some of our Indian the families, particularly in the south. As I have heard, they always use the name of the father, grandfather, sometimes the village also, where they were born. And the UP and other places, they use with the name, they add the village, the area where they are born. In Punjab also it is there. Most of the time when they use that particular, what is the name of the village, name of the town? The one person who was arrested is a Sikh terrorist in Delhi. He was arrested. I've forgotten his name, but his title was Kolkata Wala. That means he was born in Calcutta. And a Sikh boy. So all this. So he is, that way they are connected. And John Sharkaraksha. This Sharkaraksha is the father whose son was John. And Burila Ashwata Rashmi. I am reading this because they're very unique type of names. Their father and the names, they're very unique. Teha ete Mahashala Mahasotriyaha. Mahashala means they were very successful householders. At the same time, Mahasotriyaha, they were very much interested in studying Veda. Sametya, they came together, like the friends, the 5 of them, they came together in one place and they met. Mimamshams Chakraha. And what did they discuss? When some of our friends, they come, they will be discussing about their property, their family and situation, all these things. But these people, when they met, they were discussing these 5 successful householders and also the great Vedic scholars. Once they met and asked to each other, they were discussing. What did they discuss? Kono Atma. What is our Atman? Look at it. And that gives the picture of our ancient India. Kim Brahmeti. What is this Brahman? Now, who am I and who has created me? That was the point of discussion. From where we have come? Who is our creator? Brahman? What is this Brahman? And if it is Brahman, then why we are not Brahman? Why they call us Atman? So this is the discussion they were having. It's a very wonderful picture of the Vedic India. The India that we see now, it has changed so much. The Vedic India, and then one young man, he has developed a picture, not fully this movie, some shot of that, giving a wonderful history of the Vedic history, and then closing to Swami Vivekananda. So there's a beautiful book. He has forwarded to me. I can send it to you if you are interested. The 1-hour movie is really good. Many things we can learn. He did a great research. And so this is, we find the picture of the Vedic India. Realizing the futility of this mundane world, they decided that the life span should be 4. The founder fathers of our society, they were eager to give us happiness. And that is the reason they started researching. And after the research, they came out, the only one thing that can give us the eternal happiness is the knowledge. And knowledge of oneness. Knowledge of oneness is called Brahman. So that they gave, and they divided our life into 4 sections. First, student's life. Second, householder's life. Third, retired life. Then spiritual life. After the retirement, one should try to understand what is spirituality. Now, these 5 friends who were successful householders must have completed all their whatever they were supposed to do as a householder. Now they have time and they are discussing about the spirituality. The householders, after the retirement, is supposed to do that. Why? That will give them happiness. But majority of us, we try to go back to the old life. We try to do what the young people are doing. By that way, we lose our respect and also never get the happiness that we don't know. We have to separate ourselves. That gives us a respect from the society. So how the separation is possible? Spiritual life. In the Sanskrit, they say that student's life, brahmacharya, then garhastha, then vanaprastha, and the last life is sannyasa. Sannyasa, some people, they directly, from the student's life, they can directly choose the sannyas life. That became popular from the time of Shankaracharya. But it was the tradition, you have to go through all these 4 stages. And after that, householders, you have to be successful. Now, you have the choice according to the capacity and also ability to perform some of the work. What type of work? One is intellectual work, military work, finance and labor. So Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. You choose whatever you think that is possible for me. There one young American boy, he comes over here and helped me. And I told Arup, because I liked that boy very much, when he came, almost like 10 years before, he was a very young boy, and class 12 passed. I told, if you can teach him some type of computer, maybe that he'll be able to earn some money and he'll live a nice life. But the American thoughts are different. They like to live independent. So if you are working under somebody means you have to follow some of the routine, daily, all this. It is not in their nature. They are free. So he told Swamiji, don't go with me, but I will do something for myself. And mostly he is helping the garden. And every summer he comes, work, you cannot imagine how much work. All this cleaning that you see, he did. And he'll be doing constantly all the summer. But he likes to live in that way. He chose that life. We wanted to give him the life that we felt, the education and then getting a good job and then white-collar job and earn money, keep the money in the bank. They don't bother about all that. But he chose this. And in the physical work that he is doing and independent, and in this country, they always get the respect, whatever work you do. So obviously, these are the 4 work type of responsibility. Some are intellectuals, they are doctors, they are engineers, they are scientists, they are writers. So obviously, a different type of life they will lead. And called Brahmana. They are the head. Now there is a pandemic. All of us, we were not knowing, right from the President of America down to ordinary person, we were not knowing what we are going to do. Then a group of people, they immediately started observing how the things are happening. Many of you can remember the first that instruction came, keep the distance, keep the distance. Why they asked us to do that? Because if you are keeping the distance, you are free from the contamination. And they researched and found out this. So that is the way it always happened. They are Brahmanas. They are intellectuals. They research in that way and they give it to us. And the technicians will develop, and the medicine was developed and all that. And within 2 years, pandemic was stopped. It was a great success in the human society, human life. And so many millions and billions of people in so many different places. But the same thing they followed and they were free from there. Who actually laid that? Brahmana. And these Brahmanas, though they did, but who brought it to us? The Vaishya, all the businessmen, immediately they, in their different packages, they gave it to us, and it came to our door. So the Vaishyas. And who are organizing? Someone is discovering, someone is presenting, but who organizing? Kshatriya. And in between, the labor, of course, was there. So all these four are also always essential. So in the tradition, they made this, the intellectual, then the military, then the finance and the labor, these four. Take any responsibility. Complete your responsibility. And when you feel that your body and mind are not giving that, they are not liking it, so you retire. And when you retire, prepare yourself for the final journey, and that is spirituality. These 5 friends, after completing their life, they now are thinking about, we have to know who we are and who is our creator. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he said to his disciples, you need not to do much. Only you should know 2 things. Who am I? Who are you? And what is our relation? As if it's so easy. But who is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna? And how our relation and who we are actually. And if we can understand this, that is the whole of religion. The God and me are the same. I am worshipping God, I am praying to God, but ultimately I see I and my God are the same. In the Vaishnava, they always, particularly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave this idea with the Radha and Krishna. And ultimately, Radha Krishna ekatanu bhaya. There's a song they say. Radha and Krishna, they merged with each other, they became one. There is no 2, there is only one. You will find Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's statue that is very famous. He is standing like this, and he is putting the left hand over here. It shows this is Jivatma and the Paramatma, the soul and the Brahman. When they become one, you get the happiness, you get the joy. The Kelucharan Mahapatra, he explained that this is the symbol, that expression of happiness, tremendous joy, having the nectar within in our heart. That is. So if this is this, then what is the way that they are asking this question? We have forgotten our society. Our society, though the human society, many people, they are writing different, but Indian society, it was really, really excellent. Excellent. That's why Swami Vivekananda, not just because he was born in India, after researching all this, he accepted and he said, I bow down to Satya. He is Satya. He addressed the India as Satya. Satya means eternal, not the geographical boundary. It always changes geographically and the weather-wise, but the knowledge that was discovered over there. and this knowledge of the Brahman. The moment we know about that, we obviously become completely free from fear. Why we are afraid? For losing. We always think that I am going to lose today, this thing, that thing. So no, I am there always, every moment. Only thing I am changing my body to enjoy this. Like a drama, he was playing the role of a king, and in the next drama, he thought, no, not the king, some other, the way I will have. So he took the action of a servant. The same person, he liked it because he thought that I can show my talent in that particular character. It's just like that. And sometimes you are becoming the teacher and sometimes you are becoming the student. So this is your choice and you like it. Our life is just like that. The goal of life was fixed. What is that? Dharma. The goal of life was Dharma. And what is Dharma? Now here we find first Agama Shastra. Agama means those scripture talk about the power, like the Kali Puja, Durga Puja, and all this. Shakti Puja, their scripture is called Agama. Agama, Nigama. So this is Agama. Agama says, Atma Jnana Prapti iti Dharma. To realize that Atman, the process to realize the Atman, whatever way, that is called Dharma. Swami Vivekananda in the modern way, in the modern language, he said, each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest the divinity within by controlling nature, external and internal. The external nature and external nature will provoke you. Your friends, your relatives, and your neighbors, oh, he said like this, you must do this, you must do that, react like this. They will be provoking, but you have to ask yourself, what I am going to do with this? And there will be, within you, there will be different type of desires. You have to analyze what I am going to do. So that is called Dharma. And the moment you can become the master of your senses, of your mind, you realize your own self. You need not to go out. Even if you don't go to temple or churches or mosque or synagogue, it doesn't matter. Only thing, if you can control your mind, you are. So Agama Shastra. Nyaya Shastra said, Shabhava Guna iti Dharma. Everyone is having its own nature. Like the water, like the fire, like the air, it has its own nature. That is called Dharma. Purva Mimamsa said, Chodana Perona iti Dharma. Inspiration. That gives you the inspiration to become good. That is Dharma. Indirectly mentioning the scripture, the words of the gurus. So that is called, according to Purva Mimamsa, it is the inspiration, the Perana. Vaisheshik, the Kapilam Kanada Muni, he mentioned, and that Shankaracharya also liked it, that Vaisheshika said, Yato Obhudaya Nistreyasha Siddhi Tata Dharma. Obhudaya Nistreyasha. Obhudaya means the prosperity, worldly prosperity. And Nistreyasha, spiritual excellence. Both should be there. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna supported that in a very wonderful way. In his Bengali, he said, Khali pete dharma haina. You cannot practice religion with an empty stomach. So you have to support yourself first. You know that Durga Puja time, and there's people they are performing Durga Puja, where from the name Durga came. But there was a tyrant named Durgam. And what he did, he vanquished the other kings, like the Indra and Varuna and all that, and controlled the whole world. And the first thing that he did, stopped education. there should not be any education. And in our language, they mentioned he took the whole Veda and kept under his control. So when there is no education, what happens? Slowly, slowly, the human mind comes to only body. I have to survive, I have to eat. Just like any animals, these are the two dharma. They like to eat and they like to survive, that's all. And human body also comes like that. I have to survive, I have to eat. Only education gives us the higher thoughts. This Durgama, like any tyrant in the modern days also, he was not providing education to the ordinary people. Then the Brahmanas, that means the thoughtful people, thinkers, they went to the Lord Shiva and said, "Sir, do something for us." He forwarded to them to the Shakti. And what the Durga did, first she cooked 14 different items and fed them. You are hungry, you cannot think properly, your body is not giving that strength. First you eat. Then 14 type of food she gave. And in the Hindu tradition, before Durga Puja, one day they will cook 14 different shak. Shakambari, the name came. The shaka means spinaches. Nowadays it is not only spinaches, it is different varieties of food. 14 different varieties that was offered to the people. And when they became strong, then the Ma Durga told, well, now I will go and snatch that education, but you have to study again. Why she gave the strength? Because suppose she bring back the education to whom? They can't even open their eyes, they are so weak. So the first is economy. Before education, economy is necessary. You should be strong economically. Abhudaya. That is the word they used. Abhudaya. Then nistreyasha. If you have a lot of money, but no education, no culture, you do not know how to control your passions, then you will once again become the human or the brutes. If you go to some of the countries in the Middle East, you will find that it's really difficult. So again, immediately after that, you have to have the education. Second, education will give you that intellect and mental power to control and to use the money properly. And so that you know that I have to develop others also. If all others are suffering, I am alone is having money, what I will do with this money? You will notice that the underdeveloping countries, some of the people, they will take the money and they will fly to a Western country. Why? Because they have the money, but where they will spend it? They like to enjoy, but where they will enjoy? In his own country, it is all very poor condition. So to enjoy, they go to a foreign country. Instead, if they develop their own country and enjoy over there, and living wherever you are born, that is the place you always feel homely. And where you go, whatever may be that other opportunities, you will always feel it is not exactly what I was having in my back home. So that is the reason you have to think in this way. Why I am discussing all this? Because Abhudaya, that is the Dharma. Abhudaya is the Dharma. And Nistreyasha Siddhi. A group of philosophers, they always gave the stress on spirituality. Bhagavan Buddha said correctly, this world is suffering. But suffering for whom? Those who have understood it. Not for all. When a man is hungry, if you say don't eat because you may develop diabetes, let me live first. First, let me eat, and then if I develop diabetes, then that is, I will take the medicine also. But there is no food, and you are asking him, no, go on, continue fasting, otherwise you will develop diabetes. What is it? This type of gurus, no. And wrongly, this type of gurus came in our society, And once again, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, the first thing they said, you have to stand on your own feet. Have the respect yourself. And then go for philosophy. Then go for the religion. And knew this way they mentioned. Now these friends, the 5 of them, they assembled, then they are thinking, they reflected among themselves. Well, the revered Uddalaka, the son of Aruna, knows well this Vishwanara Atman. Vishwanara Atman means Atman which is residing in every being. I am having an Atman and you are also having the Atman. Are they different? To some extent, we can say yes, because when I am suffering, you are not suffering. If they are one, all of us, anyone, anywhere suffering, must be the suffering of each and every one. But it is not happening like that. That means, are the Atmans separate? If it is so, that means there are different Atmans are there. If the different Atmans are there, then it will collide, it will destroy each other. It is always. Whenever there is two, there will be the friction. That cannot be. There must be the one. So we have to know about it. And who can teach us? There's a very good teacher. Now also we go to the hospital after researching. The eye doctor, who is the best eye doctor? So we go for this doctor, who is the best? So we go to that type of doctor. Similarly, these people also, they inquired about a very good teacher, and they all went to this Aruna, who was the Uddalaka, the son of Aruna, Uddalaka. Uddalaka saw them, and he found these great householders and great Vedic scholars are going to question me. But I don't know properly. I don't know the answer. Maybe whatever I say, maybe I should not do that. So he was little doubtful. So it is better that I will forward them or guide them to another teacher. So he told them, sir, you are welcome. Come over here. But thing is, this particular topic, I won't give the answer. We will better go to another Ashwapati. He's a great teacher. We will go to him. He's the son of Kekaya. He's starting this Vaishyanara Atman. Let us go to him. He also joined with them. The 5 householders and 1 Brahmana, these 6 of them, they went to the Vishwapati. Vishwapati, he was the king. So obviously, when he saw the Brahmana and the householders, they are coming, he thought they want some donation. So that's why they are coming. Rich people, when ordinary people are going, so what they will think? Oh, they have come for some donation. Usually it happens. In Calcutta, I went to visit one very rich family. In those days, they were very rich in India. And one of our Swamiji, he got the invitation. He used to give a talk to them. And I was accompanying him. I noticed those people are very righteous people, religious type of people. Their whole family, I visited their rooms also. The multi-billionaire, but very simple room. Will you believe they were having only one TV in the house, and all will come out and sit and watch the TV. Individually, they were not having the TV in the house. And early morning, they have to get up, and then they should take the bath. They should go to the temple. They were having a temple inside. In Calcutta, if you entered their house, it is almost separate, different world. The greeneries and the cows and the birds and the pond and the small temple by the side of the pond. It's a beautiful house. The Swami Ranganathananda ji and Swami Ishatmananda ji, they used to visit once in a year, and they were 2 brothers. the JP Birla and BK Birla, these two Swamis used to go to two Swamis. I had the opportunity to go along with them. As the Calcutta, the brahmachari, so I used to go. I saw this, they were businessmen, but at the same time, very religious, very humble. And the rooms, only one bed, one table, and some books. There'll be an almirah to keep the things, that's all. And nothing is there. So that shows, though they are millionaires, billionaires, their life was very simple. And the Swamis, they invited once in a year for complete 7 days, 1 week. Whole family member will come and assemble, and all of them, the daughter's husband, and these, that, so many, they'll be all there. Same way, the girls, they'll be wearing the shadi, and the male, they'll be wearing the dhoti, and the Swami will speak. Morning, they'll be chanting, meditation, reading. They are grihasthas, they are householders, but at the same time, practicing religion. Outside world, we don't know. But inside, they really, really practice this. Business, I do not know how they're doing. There may be cutthroat competitions. But in the life I have seen, in both the brothers and their families, they were really, really righteous people. And they always make the temple and this, that. A lot of donations also they do. This is the way, the life. Now, when these people came to a rich man, obviously, we too, Ranganathanji and myself, then the Birlaji, he came and I saw that. A millionaire, he is pressing the feet of a monk who was having nothing. And Ranganathanji was not at all careful about his clothing. And that particular day, he was wearing a cloth and that was torn. I thought, oh my God, I noticed it. I thought it will be difficult. And there was nothing, the second cloth, we were already there. So I told Swamiji, can you please come to this room? And then we changed this cloth. And the torn one went down so that people can see the leg. But otherwise, by that way, somehow we saved the situation. He was lying down like that, the 1 hour rest. This man came and he was pressing the feet and he was telling, I was sitting in a chair taking rest, and he told Swamiji, I like to help you to do something in the society. And particularly the thing that you really enjoy. Please tell me, whatever the money I will give, that is from my personal. I like to make you happy. The Swami told, you like to make me happy? Then reduce the cost of the books of Swami Vivekananda. Because I want each and everyone should read the books of Vivekananda, particularly Colombo to Almora. In Indian perspective, that's a wonderful book. Because Swami Vivekananda gave the whole idea how the India should improve in those lecture series. Lectures from Colombo to Almora. But actually he traveled to Pakistan also, present-day Pakistan. In those days, India, under the British rule, Lahore also he went, and the best Vedanta lecture he delivered over there. So he wanted to reduce that, and that was done. And this, he said, okay, whatever. Then he showed to me, this is the brahmachari, we'll talk to you. Then we brought him and then calculated, and he gave that money. I think still now we can publish those books in a reduced cost. So this is the way the rich mans they are doing, helping. So when these 6 went over there, the king thought they have come for this gold and some wealth. He said, hey, wait a day or two. I am going to organize a program over here. I will invite the brahmanas and I will give them whatever the wealth. I will also share the same thing to you. Why they used to give the wealth to the brahmanas? To run the schools. In those days, the kings, they used to support the brahmanas so that they can run the school. Present day, the government is supporting the universities and the schools. That they should not stop the grant. Why? Because the researchers, that is the main thing, that will be organized over there. But anyway, it goes, changes the history and society. When he said that, then this Sikh said, the purpose for which a man goes to another man, that should be discussed. That way they said, sir, we have not come for the money. We have come to learn a knowledge from you. He said, is it? Then wait. We'll also wait for the next Sunday and we'll discuss it afterwards.
YouTube user KAI is asking, if a human soul comes back in an animal body, then how will his karmic account be settled? And part 2, does the law of karma apply to animals also?
No. Law of karma does not apply to the animal. As a human, whatever you have done, because you have the capacity, God has given you the capacity to think, to judge, to analyze. So obviously, it is your karma to become good and do. Now if you don't do that, as a punishment, you get the animal body, but only that much suffering till you die in an animal body, that will be there. And whatever the bad karma you did in that animal body, you survive and you burn those things, come back to human body again. Opportunities again and again is there. No conception of eternal hell in Hinduism. There's sometimes in other religions they say eternal hell. But no, there is no such. But sometimes you get a life like the tortoise. Maybe 200 years you are surviving. And people will come and take the photo of you, but you are a tortoise. The 200 years you are surviving. Maybe sometimes the trees, they survive many, many, many years, but just like that. So that suffering is there, long, long suffering. But no new karma is added in that life. And another, when a human is taking the birth in an animal body, and that animal dies and come back to the human life. Sometimes you will find some of the dogs, some of the cows and the animals in their behavior, they always like to be in a holy atmosphere. They like to be in the temple and all. One dog who was the pet of Swami Vivekananda, and Vivekananda became very angry because other people were not liking that dog in ashrama atmosphere. Then he told, hey, send the dog to the other bank of the river. They took the dog, the other Swamis, they took the dog and then crossed the river and by boat and left the dog there. But it's a ferry boat, constantly coming and going. And when the Swamis came back, the next trip, the dog came and terrified the boatman and jumped on the boat and sat over there and crossed back again. And it was hiding somewhere. Evening, and people can't see, slowly taking the cover of the darkness, entered into the ashrama. Again, he was there. Next morning, Swamiji got up and saw he is there. Then ultimately he passed over there in the Belur Math, and his body was by the sea shore, Ganga, and they dug the earth and then placed over there the dead body. But there came a strong wind and other things. Again, his body floated on the Ganga, and it came to the Swamiji's ghat, where Swami Vivekananda used to take bath. Swamiji told, you don't like to leave me. So, like that, it shows, even in the dog body or in the animal body, they understand and they like to be the better. Thank you.
Youth is asking, when Maya or three gunas remain in God, it is balanced or undifferentiated. But when it comes in human body, how can it be imbalanced?
No, that is the power of the Maya. The God is having the Maya, but Maya cannot bind the God. How it is possible? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gave an excellent example. He said, the snake is having the venom, poison, But that poison is not doing anything to snake. Snake is all right. So similarly, though the God is having the Maya, but the Maya is not disturbing the God. But with that power, God can bind others. And the binding means what? It disturbs the equilibrium. Our purpose of sadhana, our purpose of spiritual practice is to make it equilibrium. Satya Rajatama should not act. It should be perfectly tranquil. Then you are liberated. So that is the sadhana.
Samir Kumar is asking for your advice. It is his realization that if a devotee concentrates on praying to Sri Ramakrishna, Paramahansa, Mother Sarada and Swamiji, their dreams will be fulfilled.
I think, of course, 100%. Because if you are praying to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharadamani Devi, Swamiji, your prayer will be surely fulfilled. But in your prayer, if it is like this, that will harm others, I don't know whether that prayer will be fulfilled or not. Because we know through the incidents that one lady came and prayed to Ma Saradamani Devi, Mother, bless your son, which is my husband, so that he can earn more money. Then the mother asked, what is your husband is doing? What is his profession? He's a doctor, she said. The mother told, no, I cannot bless because your husband's income increasing means suffering to other sons, other people. So no, I cannot bless you in that way. So that's an incident that we can remember. If we pray, my son, let him be successful in his life, my daughter should be happy, my family should be happy, of course you can do that. You can always do that. And if you are truly praying, that blessings will surely come. That is sure.
Last question for today. Tuhin Khanna is asking, why Atma is Vaishwanara?
Oh yeah, that's a very good question. That means you are very attentive and listening properly. Vaishwanara, that means it is burning in every soul. Vaishwanara is that fire which is in every soul, in every body. When we eat the food and digest, that's called Vaishyanara. And that is present in every being. So the Atman is present, so they have given the name Vaishyanara Atman. Thank you, friends. Yeah.
Swami, you mentioned that we come back in this world because of our desires. And for a devotee, if there is a desire for God realization, and we don't know God realization, it comes on, or it doesn't come before you die. And is it that, and we also hear that it comes by God's grace. So if the devotee dies without the God realization, then still they will come back, or they will go to some other planet, as you mentioned, about the heaven, and then for good karma and for the bad karma, whatever that happens. So how does it work?
This question, there's a very famous question. This was asked by Arjuna to Bhagavan Krishna. If a devotee is trying to realize God and then unfortunately couldn't realize God in this life, then is this completely wastage in this life? Then the answer, Lord said, no. Shuchi nam srimatam gehe yoga brashta abhijayate. That particular soul will take birth in a Shuchi and Sri. Shuchi means cultured and Sri means wealthy. Wealthy but cultured family. That particular soul will born, and from there he will take again the journey. And one day and in one life, you'll surely realize that God. You know that the life stories of Lord Buddha, he was the person who could remember 500 times you were born. And that is called Jataka story. And if you read that, Lord Buddha was born as a pigeon, and he was born as a lion, as an elephant, then the human being, the different category. Then ultimately after 500 births, but his goal was to realize God. And in every life he slowly developed. On the 500th birth, as a Gautama, he was born in a king's family, but they were very cultured family, the Shuchi Nam Srimatam. And there the Gautama became Buddha. So we'll surely realize God if we have the desire, maybe in this life, maybe some other life, but we will surely. But devotee, as the word that you have used, means those who love God, they will never suffer. Why? Ma Sharadamani Devi said, this is the God only giving the punishment and reward. But if you are praying to the God, I did some wrong work in my past life, but I don't know what actually I did. I'm sorry whatever I have done, if anything wrong. But in this life I love you, and I like to get you, realize you. All your sins will be pardoned, and you will be taken on the lap of the God, for sure. Because that power of giving the pardon is in the hand of the God, so you will get it. And Ma Sharadamani Devi said, do you think the name Ramakrishna is an ordinary name? If you can go on repeating this name, in this life itself you will see Sri Ramakrishna. If not before, at least at the time of your death, he will surely come and take you to his own abode. That's the great blessings of Mother and promise from the Mother. So not to worry. Thank you then. You like
soul and the atman, are the two different, are the same?
a soul and the atman are the same. But sometimes the Western philosophy, they like to say that soul. But it is actually the atman. And this atman, when associated with mana, the mind, a mind stuff, we call it soul. But they are same. Shall we say Shanti 3 times? Please repeat after me. Om Shanti. 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 Harihi Om. Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.